All right. This does look like you have been challenged recently. So let's take a look at this. We'll start at the beginning. The Page of Wands. All pages really are about messages. Wands are about motion. So this can usually be an important message concerning your current situation. But since it's upside down, it does feel like there is a situation that you're not getting all the answers to, that there is some mystery around it, and you're still waiting to find out what the truth is around all this. But it does feel like there's a big cloak over a situation. So you may have to dig a little farther to get the truth of what happened. But it does feel like something from the past that you're just getting pieces of the puzzle, that you haven't gotten the complete story yet. And you're kind of digging to find out what the truth of the matter is and what happened. This can be a loss of someone, something, a situation that it doesn't directly affect you, but or wasn't created by you, but it does affect you a little bit. This can be the imagination card. This is the Seven of Cups. This is an emotion cup. An emotion card. Cups are all about emotions, but it does feel like a little bit that you might not have been looking at a situation honestly for what it is, hoping it's something else. This has something tied up with this mystery, so it does feel like you're hoping for the best on this situation, but things may be revealed that are unsettling to you around the situation and how it will affect you. This can also be the rose-colored glasses card. So if you know something's funky, embrace it as it truly is. Then you'll be able to resolve it from that place of awareness and honesty. But don't avoid looking at things honestly or making excuses for other people's behavior is what I'm feeling. So in order to resolve things, you must look at it honestly. It also feels like you're kind of grappling with setting boundaries, whether it's for yourself or someone else. But it does look like you need to set a clear boundary and stick with it. Whether it's releasing responsibility to someone or just setting a boundary that, no, you're not allowed to come to my house when you're drunk anymore, kind of thing. But it does feel like it's uncomfortable and unpleasant, but it does need to be done. If you continue to ignore this, it will explode. The Tower is right here. I'm feeling someone actually physically getting hurt by not stopping this behavior. So I'm sorry about that, but that message is coming in very clearly, Pisces. It's time for you to set some boundaries and not be so wishy-washy about it. Do not change your mind. It feels like this person knows that they can manipulate you, and so they will tell you whatever you want to hear for the moment and continue to do that behavior, whether it's surrounding money or things or just a relationship. But it does look like it's time to look at something very honestly and take the steps to protect yourself, or you will get caught up in this really dastardly way that it's going to resolve. So it will be resolved either with you or without you, but it does feel like there is some physical danger if you ignore the situation, whether it's to you or that person. It may have something to do with drugs or alcohol. I'm feeling addiction. So you need to put your foot down and not continue to covet, is what I'm feeling. So, sorry. Got to tell you what I feel, what I see. So, this is the Six of Cups. This is messages from the past. You may have been connecting with, folks from high school. You may have had a long-lost cousin reach out to you, or you may reach out to someone that was maybe a lover from your past. It does look like positive communications, that this is bringing you great joy in the midst of kind of this tumultuous stuff that you're dealing with on an interpersonal level. So this does feel like you're reaching out, you're being more joyful, you're being more communicative, you're not hiding as much in the house, and really getting out there and reveling. I'm feeling, I'm seeing like a group singing. So I don't know if it's just getting together around the campfire singing, or just being joyful in your friendships and your connections. So that looks like this keeps you sane in the midst of this tumultuousness with the Tower here. This can even mean a sudden death, but it does look like reaching out and connecting with those that gave you great joy from the past is what's really helping you move forward into your new positive growth space. The Three of Swords is here. This can mean love betrayal, betrayal of the heart. Someone that is very close to you has been lying to you. This does feel like it is someone in either an intimate space, husband, wife, family member, child, grandchild, niece, nephew, mother, father. Somebody has been really painting a jive picture, and it does feel like you have discovered it. So it does feel like some behavior that was said that had to have stopped has never really stopped. It does feel like you have to put your foot down. It's not something that you like to do, but it's important for your own survival and your own growth that you set your boundaries really clearly. That has come through here in about 3 or 4 cards, with the Temperance card, the Strength card, this Page of Wands, and also seeing things clearly. So the message is here is set some boundaries and stick to them. Seriously, Pisces. Otherwise, you will get sucked up in the storm, whether it's financial or putting your own life in danger, driving with someone that has been drinking. But it does feel very big, and that it needs to change immediately. It needs to change because there is some physical danger. Not necessarily to you, it could be to others. So, but it does feel like you know what this is and you know what needs to be done. So I need to encourage you to please do what you know is right to do. Okay, the Hangman. The Hangman is one of the coolest, grooviest cards they have in this deck. It's looking at life from a complete different perspective. It's, life is the same from day to day. It's how we embrace it, how we prioritize, how we look at it, either positive or negative, how we are proactive, or if we're complacent. So it does look like you have taken a big shift, that you are much more proactive in making the changes, not just allowing things to happen around you, but you have a complete different perspective now. This does look like an aha moment that you have been kind of working on for the last couple years. It does feel like this is a transition that started maybe 7 years ago is what I'm feeling, about 7 years ago. So whatever big change was happening 7 years ago, this looks like the continuation or the ending of that change. It does look like it began 7 years ago, but it was kind of left up to the universe and floated for a little bit. But now you're right back to kind of some of the challenges that happened 7 years ago, and they need to be cleaned up. And that's why the Hangman is here. It's time to look at things from a different perspective, make yourself a priority instead of other people's mess ups and cleanups, that you are not the cleanup woman or man anymore, that it is time for you to look at things and switch your perspective. And it does look like you have made a shift in your own personal gain. You have made a shift in your own personal prioritization. So congratulations, Pisces. That's a big one, to look at things how they truly are and to act on them as they truly are, not how you wish them to be. And that is why the Hangman is here. Temperance is here, finding your own balance, speaking your own truth. You are the nurturer, and you have done things for other people first all of your life. And now it's time to find your balance for yourself, kind of command your own personal space, maybe release some of the anger from the past. It does feel like something very abrupt has happened that you have to act on. You may have to I don't know, bail somebody out of jail, something like that. But it feels like something you have to act on immediately for your own self-preservation. This may have something to do with your money. The cups are here, so it does feel like you're trying to find your emotional balance while all around you spin. But it does look like this balance, this new balance has something to do with the truths being revealed that were quite negative. I encourage you not to clean up this mess if it was made by someone else. But it has been a betrayal, and it something that really hurt your heart. So this may be in the love space, this may be in the family space. So it does feel like some jive has come to light, and you are trying to find the balance for all involved. And what I encourage you to do is find the balance for yourself. Let the others find the balance for themselves. Okay, Pisces, the Empress is here. This is about new beginnings. This can be births in the family. This can be pregnancies. It can be weddings. This is usually planting a seed and watching it grow. It can be, getting out in the garden. Maybe that is what your healing space is, really being a nurturer to plants. This can mean nurturing grandchildren, nurturing your own children, or actually becoming a grandparent. It feels like someone is nurturing a new entity. So there may be 1 or 2 pregnant folks in your home, or in your family, I should say. But for the most part, this is nurturing something to fruition. So it does feel like a new project for you, new garden. Something is giving you great pleasure as you nurture it. And it can mean a project if you're in a male body as well. A project that you've been watching grow and putting energy into. The Ace of Cups is here. This is all about love and feeling. This is about, and it's right next to the finding your balance. So you may be trying to find your balance around love, the immediate love in your home. But this is usually hand of God stuff, something that is predestined. This can mean a new love. This can be a birth of a child as well, or reconnecting with a soulmate. This is right on the top of the Empress, so I do believe it is either a soulmate from the past that you did not connect with, or a brand new soulmate. But it does feel like, we have more than one this lifetime. This is all about connecting with the person that teaches you the most. And it does feel like you have a little regret or a little sorrow over someone from the past. This may not be the person that you're currently with, or if you are by yourself, if you are happy with your singleness, this can be even incorporating self-love and really having more confidence in yourself, and really gifting yourself that unconditional love that you give so prevalently to others, but maybe not so much yourself. But it does feel like you're choosing a calmer road after this tower of destruction. So if we ignore the messages that are right in front of us, the tower comes up and goes, okay, I'm going to destroy this right in front of the neighbors. So say like you're having an affair, or you're in a relationship that is not conducive to growth and love and positiveness. And just because you've been in it a while doesn't mean you should be in it. And spirit comes in and goes, bang. Okay, that's where affairs come in. That's where nastiness comes in. So pay attention to what spirit is telling you to change, and get a jump on it before that Saturn going backwards jumps in there. Saturn is the planet of destruction. We learn through destructive modes if we can't learn through the gentleness of it. So if you've been getting lots of warnings, please pay attention to them. This also can mean sudden death as well, even though it's not a death card here. So someone may have passed into the light, and that is kind of made your life topsy-turvy. It will calm down once you get on your path a little clearer. The Queen of Cups is here. This can be you. This is your water signs. Queens are usually exalted ones. Doesn't necessarily have to be a woman. It can be a man, but it's usually someone over 30 or 40. If it is a water sign, that would be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. If this isn't for you, No, this is both you and someone else. This does feel like you have a very strong connection with another female water sign other than your own. You may have to ask some advice. It does look like the Strength card is right next to it. So it does feel like you have to be strong to move forward into your next step, that it may not be welcomed by those around you, but it feels necessary for your autonomy and your own mental health. So it does feel like making you a priority. It does feel like there's some energy from the past that is dictating that you reach out to them. It feels like a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Both the Ace of Cups is here, Queen of Cups is here. So it is feeling like a wrong to be made right. So if you do owe somebody an apology, or someone owes you an apology, be open to making those changes. It does feel like someone that's in your corner, whether you're physically with them or not. This may be someone in your family as well. So don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. But this Queen of Cups, she's very kind. She's very creative. This is somebody who is a visionary and can be an extremely psychic person. So if someone in your world is like that, don't be afraid to reach out and talk to them. Ask them for help, make amends if something was topsy-turvy. But it does feel like a past relationship will come into view into present time and be much stronger once all responsible parties own their part, is what I'm feeling. So that is the Queen of Cups. And for clarity on the other side, this is the Four of Cups. This feels like there's a huge disappointment around your love space. This may be your current relationship, either your marriage, your one-on-one relationship. This could be disappointment in a child. This can be disappointment or just sorrow over a passing of someone, the sudden death of someone, or the sudden death and change of a relationship. But it does feel like you were very, very disappointed. It does feel like maybe your expectations for one thing might have been a bit out of balance, but it also feels like there's something right there that you're kind of ignoring. So your next step is right there. But, we must feel our sorrow and our grief before we can move on to the next part of our lessons. So it does feel like you're right in the middle of processing some sadness or some grief. It may not be the death of someone. It may be the ending of a relationship, a friendship, a marriage. But it does feel like the ending of something has made you very disappointed. Strength is on the other side here. You're going to have to pull your personal strength. Actually, you are pulling your personal strength a little bit more for yourself. You've given your autonomy away many, many times in your lifetime, but it does feel like you have to be strong for yourself, be strong for the others in your family, and that you might have to have some difficult conversations in the next month or so. So that is your general reading, Pisces. I know it seems a bit of a challenge. There are some positive things in here, your autonomy, your aha moments. It is not all negative, but we must destroy the old temple in order to build a new one. And that is true for any situation, any relationship. And that's kind of what you're doing right now. So let me throw a couple of these gypsy cards. I was gifted them. This is Foe. So it does feel like you have a wolf in sheep's clothing, someone that has presented as they got your back, or they love you, or they're doing things for you as a couple. It's jive. It's jive. They really have been kind of sabotaging things, and it does feel like they have continued some really negative behavior that is kind of catching up with them and catching up with you. So if something feels funky, it is. Trust your judgment over that. And servant. So have you become a slave to the situation? Have you become a slave to your family because they take advantage of your kindness and just automatically expect for you to do that? Or you expect for them to give you a ride every time you want to go, shopping or something. So it does feel like you are changing some agreements within your family dynamics, whatever that looks like for you.